Kev, it's nice to have you on here, man. How's your day been?
I- I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, bro. How would you
Glad.
introduce yourself? How would you introduce yourself for someone who maybe doesn't know you?
Um, I'm a content creator. I like to say this a lot. I'm just a guy trying to make it out here. Uh, I'm a young. I guess you could say just adventurous guy. Someone who's just really just trying to chase after it, and I guess showing people the entertainment aspect and the motivation aspect of it all at the end of the day.
100%. How old are you now, by the way?
I'm 23, but for some reason there's this weird meme that I'm 40. So I don't
What the
know.
fuck?
Like, yeah, dude, it's so messed
You
up, dude.
don't you don't look that old, bro. What the fuck? I don't
Bro,
get
they're
it,
like,
anyways.
you're 35, you're 40. I'm like, bro, like, what the hell?
Shit.
I'll be
Well,
talking to
that's
college kids, and they'll be like, bro, why are you talking to these kids? Go start a
mm,
family. I'm like, what the fuck?
shit, dude. I want to get into all of that later on, but I just want to start from the beginning. What was your childhood like?
My childhood like was, I mean, fuck, man. It was all over the place. I played a lot of video games growing up because I felt like it
Mm,
was an escape for me. I felt like video
yeah.
games was a way for me to express myself without any negative impacts. I didn't have anyone to really like talk to about my life. And
Mm.
especially at a young age, kids are toxic in school, and I don't know. I mean, I was a very immature kid, obviously, but I think that I was a little bit ahead of the game in terms of like socially with people. I felt like I knew that the way people act when they project their insecurities or their traumas or whatever onto others was just all like garbage at the end of the day, and I was already ahead of that time, and
Mm,
and I was just like, I don't know, man, I'm just a kid that's just trying to live day by day, play video games, play some
mm.
Halo, some Black Ops, man, but yeah, man, I don't know. I was just a simple kid like most of us are.
Yeah, deep at heart, all of us are a little bit still have that kid inside of us, man. So
Yeah.
later on in high school, what was high school like for you? Like, were you good with girls in high school?
With girls, I was not really good with girls actually. I was pretty terrible, dude. I was pretty terrible. Well, it was weird. I don't know. I mean, I when I was when I first got into high school in ninth grade, I was like talking to a bunch of girls, like
Mm,
just trying to like feed my ego. I feel like it was, but I'm never, still to this day, I was never that kind of guy to like get with this girl, get with that girl, get with that. Like I'm not that kind of
mm,
person at all. Morally, I just don't feel right doing that. But I did talk to a lot of girls, and I guess kind of like it was my first run to like test out how to talk to women and like how they react to how you say certain things or how
mm,
your energy is, your confidence level, how you should just like walk and talk and everything and dress. um I don't know. I mean, I was decent. I had a girlfriend in high school, lasted for half of my high school, like 2 years. But I was whatever, you know
mm.
decent.
So, at what point did you really like start talking to girls? At what age? Like,
Like, hmm I mean, for content, that was
yeah.
probably 20. And then,
Mm,
but like for personal gain, I mean, my first girlfriend I had was like 14. I don't know. I mean, I've always talked to girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to school in class, you're always going to have girls in your class,
mm,
you know what I'm saying? There's girls just like there's guys. So I've always talked to girls. I was never
mm,
like deeply afraid to talk to them. I mean, there was one point in time where it was a little bit nerve wracking, just a slight bit, because it's like you mostly talk to your boys, and I was like kind
yeah.
of frustrated with myself, like a lot of guys probably get when they're like, dude, why do I like freeze up, man? Like, why can't I just talk to them
Yeah.
like I don't know why I can't talk to them like I talk to the boys. And then I just realized that like
Mm,
that's a good idea, bro. Let me just talk to them how I talk to guys, like literally. There's a lot of people,
yeah.
especially like pickup artists and stuff. Nah, you gotta talk to them like this. Don't say bro. Don't say that. Like, dude, I
Uh,
talk to them however I talk to a friend or a guy or whatever. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? Obviously, in a little bit of difference in terms of like a romantical sense. to like flirt a little bit, but you got to be
Yeah.
yourself, man. That's it. You got to be yourself. It's none of this crap with the pickup lines and all this garbage. You just got to be yourself. And if they don't fuck with it, if they don't like
Man,
you, it
I
is what
feel
it
like
is.
I feel like we've all tried those pickup lines back in the day. Like, fucking, did you all fall from heaven because your face is fucked up or something? Shit like that, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
no, I
man.
mean they could work, but it's not the say all be all like a lot of people make it sound. That's the
Mm,
thing. I feel like a lot of people who
yeah.
message me even too, they're like, dude, like, how do you well, what's a good pickup line? I mean, it could be to go. It's like, bro, don't let that rely on too much because like
Mm,
conversating with them is the most important part.
yeah. You know, a lot of guys like seem creepy. Like they do dumb shit in person. I want to ask you, what makes a guy creepy? Like in order to a girl.
I think what makes a guy creepy is when he doesn't understand how to read the room. A lot of guys don't know how to do that. Some girls
Mm,
don't either, but I've noticed and learned that more girls are inherently more naturally better at that in terms of reading the room and understanding people's
mm,
vibes. I just feel like naturally they just inherently have that built in them. Versus guys, sometimes they're just a wall, bro. They don't know what the hell's going on. It could be so obvious and they don't know what's going on, dude. They still don't. But
mm,
I'd say when you're talking to a girl and they're really clearly not feeling you, and you try,
mm,
you try to pivot, you try to counteract that like rejection a little bit, but it's just not working. You standing there and just either being silent or just keep
mm.
trying, it's not working. It's making it
Yeah.
worse, bro. It really is.
Dude, you know what I've started noticing, bro? Is like if even like the little bit of resistance or like even like the trying to play hard to get, if you back away immediately, you basically you take it away. The girl now wants it more. Like I'm gonna give an example. I was grabbing I was on a dinner right with a girl like later on in the evening, and I like asked her like, hey, do you want to go home after this, or do you want to go over my crib? And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm like, okay, okay, no problem. And by the end of the day, by the end of the date, I was ordering her an Uber, and she was like, well, you could come to my crib, and I was like, just a minute ago, I asked if you wanted to come to my crib, and you said no, like half an hour ago. I'm like, now I just took it away, and now she wants it because I took it away immediately, and I didn't ask, why do you not have time? What are you doing tomorrow? I didn't try to push it. Immediately, as soon as she said, I don't want to, I immediately took it away. But if I was to ask, but why? Like, are you busy? Or, like, if I asked her. So I feel like a lot of guys try too hard and try to beg the girl for a date, for a second date, for whatever, these types of things, in my opinion.
I mean, I'd say like show that you're putting in effort, but don't overly present yourself to where you're just it's just
Mm.
diminishing returns and you're putting them on a pedestal and you're like, oh my god, please, like
Oh
they don't like
yeah,
that. I've interviewed girls
yeah.
that say they do and they are just toxic as hell. They don't they say they do because they like those kind of people to use. Those are people and guys that they
Mm.
use them for drinks, they use them for meals and
Yeah,
dinners, and then I'll call you later, and then they go hang out with the real guy that they actually like. That's what it
yeah,
is. That's what they actually
yeah, dude.
don't.
I told this story on my channel too, bro. When I had a girl that I wish she was like kind of like a friend with benefits, etc. Bro, she came to my crib after another guy fed her, right, on a date with him, on a dinner with her. And so another guy fed my girl, which I banged that night, right? And I'm like, the dude spent like $100 on her that evening, and she still came to my crib. Like,
That,
he fed her for me, bro. Thanks, bro. That was like the funniest story I ever had with a girl, bro. Like,
no,
oh
that's
my god,
wild.
like the type of shit that girls will do to get a free dinner, free drinks, like it's crazy,
And that's
dude.
not the worst of it. That's not the worst of it for the guys who don't know and that are simps or whatever. Like that's not even the worst of it. That's
What's like
just
the worst story you've heard from a girl? Like the dirtiest thing a girl has done to a guy?
the dirtiest thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. They do all types of crap, bro.
It's
I
a
mean,
lot, I know. It's hard to pick
what I do
one, bro.
know, what I do know is messed up. What a lot of girls do. Like I've talked to a lot of girls who like they talk shit about like a guy that's interested in them to me, or like a guy or like
Mm.
an ex, and they start showing me like messages and stuff. I'm like, dude,
Oh yeah, bro. Mm.
like it's so messed up, bro. Because imagine you're on the other end,
Yeah.
you know.
And
But
also,
I
bro, for the guys that have a small dick, bro, a girl will show to another dude a dick pic of the guy with a small, bro. Like, oh my god,
well,
that's that.
well, that's number one. Don't send shit like that ever, bro.
Yeah,
That's
don't ever. It will come to bite you even 5 years later. I can guarantee you, bro. Like,
yeah, no,
oh
that's an L, bro. I would never. That's just no.
my god.
If you guys out there do that, doesn't matter. Even if you're fucking with the person, I don't give a shit if you're married with them. Don't do that
Yeah,
shit, bro. That's digital footprint, and you're gonna get
yeah,
caught laughing
dude.
one day, man.
You're gonna get caught like it.
It's not worth it. It really isn't.
You know what? A lot of guys are like even scared to like approach girls. Why do you think that is? Because, bro, I was struggling this for the longest time, and for me, the thing that fixed it for me was when I was my friend at the gym, and I felt like a pussy not talking to that girl when I just told him that that girl is hot, right? And he told me like, why don't you go speak to her? And I was like, well, either I embarrass myself if that girl rejects me, or I embarrass myself even more if I don't get the balls to do it in front of my friend, right? He's gonna be calling me a pussy. So that's what did it for me, but if a guy doesn't have that, let's say, how does he conquer the fear of approach?
Well, I think what a lot of guys do is they self-destruct, man. They make up these hypothetical scenarios in their head that don't even exist. Maybe they could, but they haven't even happened yet.
Uh,
They're just contemplating, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, there's no way to like, there's no strategy or technique to like diffuse that. You just got to take one
mm,
big deep breath and just go in and just like
mm,
see what happens. If it fails, cool. Go to the next one. See what happens, and you keep
mm,
doing that over and over. And naturally, you're gonna get comfortable doing that because like I'm at the point now that I could talk to any girl. It doesn't
mm,
matter if they're in a big group, a small group, really, really pretty, cute, whatever. And just be myself. That's the ultimate goal, though. That's the power move right there. Not
mm,
fucking pickup lines or style like this or like that. All these little things matter to a small degree, but the ultimate truth is being your best confident self, not some
mm.
fixated version of like what an artist or like some fucking like guy you're buying a course from wants you to be and how to talk, and then you're like, fuck, man, I have to keep up that persona for years and years, and it's like they never fall in love for who you are. They fall in love for what you're presenting, which is not you.
Bro, like that's the biggest thing I'm struggling with, bro. Approaching a girl in a group, that's like the bro. I can approach a girl that's like alone or with just one friend. I did that, right? For me, I had a period of time where I just only approached a girl when she was like in the gym, but it wasn't crowded, right? I was like afraid of other people, but then I realized that other people are gonna forget about it. But now, the main thing, bro, whenever I see like a group of four girls, bro, I just, bro, I don't know why, but there's something about that stops me from doing it. I don't mind when it's one or two, but bro, whenever there's a group of girls, that's the main thing that I'm working on, bro.
You know what, dude? Unfortunately, the group of girls can actually have a big play in whether you're gonna get the number or not because
How come?
they can either help you or hurt you. Honestly, because I've had
Oh,
instances where I'll go up to one girl in the group and they'll either push it, be like, "Oh my god, yeah, yeah, get her number, whatever." But it's gonna help the friend, especially if they see that the guy that I mean, it's one thing if the guy looks fucking weird as shit. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we don't want to put them up together. Like, we don't wanna do our friend that dirty, you know." But like, if he's confident, whatever, he's really chilling, seems like a decent guy. They'll kind of like push that and have them both, set up a date or whatever. But on the other end,
mm.
then there's also that one group who can be like, "Oh, get away, leave us alone." I've had both, man.
Bro, it's always the fridge, right?
You know what? It's these lonely ass fucking fridges, bro, that are like desperate for
Oh,
attention. They don't get it, but they see their friends getting it. They're like, no, no, no,
man.
you should be miserable just like me. Get the fuck out of here. That's what it is. That's
God.
literally what it is.
Yeah, dude. And the craziest thing about it is also that like guys like kind of reject themselves too, right? Like they just say, "Ah, she's not gonna talk to me. She's way out of my league." And I'm like, dude, are you a fucking one bald guy? You have one testicle. What's wrong with you? Like you rejected yourself. Let her. That's her job to reject you. Your job is just to try. Like, like guys reject themselves too early, like even before that. And I feel like that's kind of part of the reason why that stat like 1 in 3 guys hasn't had sex in a year. I think that's partly why they
I've heard of that.
reject themselves.
I think it's fucking more, dude. I think it's more,
But
bro. Like,
1 and 2, eh?
yeah,
Depends on which
it's
part of the world you're in, man. I suppose.
it does. It does. I think environmentally, like the environment aspect matters a lot. Like I live in South Florida, and it's very fucking crazy here. I'm not gonna lie, it's very insane.
How was that?
It's hectic. It's fast moving. It's fast paced, and everyone is very superficial here and fabricated. You know, just like very
Mm.
fabricated. You know, they always go for the rich guy. The rich guy always goes for the guy, the girl with the butt lifts and the lip filler. Very fabricated.
Mm.
You want a decent relationship, you got to go to fucking Ohio, man. You got to go in the middle of butt fuck because that's your best bet. They're gonna actually
Yeah.
have decent personalities, you know. But
To be honest, I've never been to the U.S., so I might be wrong about this, but I don't see that much interest in American girls. If I'm gonna be honest, at least for me, like at least like bro, I don't know, like maybe it's just because I'm European. Maybe if I went to the U.S. this year, it would be different. But I think that I don't think that the U.S. is probably like the best place for girls. But what do you think about it? Like, are all American girls are the same, or does it like really differ?
um, I think a lot of them are not really the the best, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean you can't find them here, you know. Or I'm not saying like you have to like go passport bros up in this bitch and go fucking try to do something, you know, go try to find your wife out there. Like you don't have to go that crazy, but it's just a little
Mm.
harder just because of social media and just the West in general. I mean, I don't know. It depends. Not all the West. I mean, there's some places in Europe that I've been that the girls have more class. Like you could just tell they're
Mm.
more girls that you could like. They're just more respectable. You know, they have this aura with them that it just is more respectable. They're
Where have you
classier.
been to?
Spain. I've been to
Mm.
Portugal, and I there's a lot of people who that as well that like are tourists that go there. They're from like France and like all these places, and just the way they talk, like they're just nicer.
Mm.
They're just nicer. It's also a Florida thing too, you know. Like I'm not in the best place either. You know, South Florida is not the easiest place when it comes to girls. They're very a lot of times either ratchet or just rude or it's you know. But yeah,
Mm.
man, I don't know. I haven't traveled all over the U.S. to say everywhere else, but I've been to Tennessee, for example, and like the girls are very like
Mm.
nice, very nice and sweet and humble. You know, that's the word, humble. They
Mm.
have a little more humility. So
Yeah. What's like the best place for a first date? Where in Miami, like let's say, where do you take a girl
in
for a first date?
Miami, in Miami, oh, um,
Is it like always like the Nobu, you know, the expensive like fucking restaurants, or
I'll never take a girl out on a first date to some expensive restaurant. That shit will
yeah,
never
me
happen.
neither. Bro.
I've never done that. That's just nah, man. I
Mm.
don't think my ego can handle me getting fucking finessed by like. Oh, like nah, fuck that. I
uh,
mean, dude, honestly, you could take them out either on a day, like a normal day, normal restaurant, or I don't know. It depends on the girl too. You gotta understand like what kind of girl they are, what hobbies they like. You know, you gotta take them to the beach, something simple like
mm.
that, and somewhere where you can talk. I'd say the movies is not a good place though. I've been
Oh
mad at
hell no,
the
bro.
movies is not a good place. You see some fucking movie, you can't get any dialogue with them because you're trying to
Yeah,
read a dialogue from a screen. So it's like it's not a
yeah.
place to like further
You know,
understand.
many guys think that they can break the touch barrier, but a girl that doesn't know you doesn't want you to touch her thigh, bro. Like that, it's like maybe for a second, third date, maybe, but like, bro, first date movies are not a good idea, bro.
And you know what? Speaking of the touch barrier, I remember there was like in high school, I went on like one date with this girl. Oh god, this is so bad, bro. She was older than me too. I used to date like girls older than me. She was what was I, a freshman or a sophomore? I was a sophomore. She was a senior. But I wanted to try to make a move on her so bad. But I was so fucking nervous. You know, my heart was like pounding,
Mm.
racing. You know, I held her hand that worked, and then I tried to like move too fast. You know, because I was scared that if I didn't
Oh
move
man.
fast enough, that I wouldn't have been able to move at all. And my advice is if you feel like that and you feel like there's a sense of pressure or like you need to do that, take a step back and wait even longer. Like if the girl fucking, which is most cases not, unless the girl's a fucking a bitch, bro. But like if she gets turned off by that or like annoyed or like stops talking to you because you don't make a move in a time frame that you're comfortable making the move, like it's not really a girl that you would want to be with to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That kind of releases the red flag for you. But yeah, I tried to like kiss this girl. I remember I watched a movie with her, and then after like I grabbed her hand, like I tried to kiss her, and she like moved back. She said, "Well, it was just out of nowhere," because I was like, my vibe was weird too, because I was nervous. She said, "What are you doing?" I was like, I was gonna try to kiss you, you know." And then
Uh,
that completely fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, she wasn't really. I wouldn't look at that kind of girl anyways, like nowadays, because she,
mm,
just her personality and stuff like that. You know, you learn and grow, and you
yeah.
eventually know what you're really interested in when you get older. But yeah, man, you just don't
You
make a move
know,
too fast.
yeah, yeah. You know what? Also, I've had situations where I made the move too late. I feel like, bro, like if you try to kiss the girl right before she leaves, it's too much romantic movie bullshit. Um, yeah, like it's kind of a balance, like not too late, but also not maybe too early. Yeah, I think I maybe have like had like the opposite experience to you. That's maybe why I can't relate. But yeah, man.
I mean, I guess do it when you feel it's right for both of you, you know. And of course, you can
Mm,
get wrong sometimes, but don't push yourself to like fucking. "Ooh, I need to do because you're gonna fuck yourself up, man. You're gonna fucking make it real bad, you know. I mean,
uh,
I wouldn't do that personally. You know, I just let it sit and take things slow because taking anything fast in life, it never ends up good, whether it's dating or
you know
whatever.
what I feel like? Like whatever you try to do forcefully, like it's not authentic. Girls get for some reason so pick up on that. I don't know why, bro. But like girls can pick up on so much subconscious. Like for example, if you're trying to force a move, even though you don't really like feel like this is the moment, like that example, or you try to put on persona, like a girl like just are able to somehow tell it. Like a lot of the times,
Yeah, they pick up on all that bullshit. They know what you're thinking,
like
man.
even if you're not confident, etc. Bro, like girls like can see if your fucking legs are shaking under the table or some shit,
Yeah, and that's
dude.
another thing too. I mean, unless you're fucking like shivering like crazy, like you're literally going insane,
Oh,
that's like not good. But like if you're nervous in general, I mean, that I don't think that's bad, man. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that shows a sign of genuine interest, and they would appreciate that. And this is
um,
all talking in terms of a standard of like, assuming you're talking to a normal, healthy girl, not a fucking
yeah,
girl with daddy issues or a girl who lives in Miami. I'm
yeah,
talking about a normal girl who has a normal, healthy life and relationship with her
yeah,
family and everything. They would appreciate that because they know that it's genuine. You know,
yeah. And the thing
it's
is, over time, that the nervousness will change for excitement. I feel like you're like right now, I'm looking forward to the date. I'm not like nervous at all, right?
yeah,
Um, but I feel like also that comes from the outcome independence, kind of like FedEx Fearless says, basically don't care too much about the outcome, right? Um, so
yeah.
many
Just
guys need
live the
this to go
moment.
well.
Yeah, just live the moment, dude. Just vibe, chill, just live the moment. Talk to her.
Yeah, you know what? So many guys like struggle with keeping a conversation going, and I had this too, or for the longest time. Um, you know what helped me with this, which is gonna sound strange, but it's Omegle actually. That helped me a lot, bro. I learned how to keep conversations going with people on Omegle, and then I learned how to do it in real life. For some reason, that helped me. Did you ever like struggle with keeping a conversation going or anything like
At times, oh my god, this guy keeps fucking calling me. At times,
that?
but you heard that? Can you hear that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. Hold on. Let me put my thing on do not disturb. At times,
yeah.
I have, but really, it's because either you don't have any common ground with that person, or they're just not like helping the conversation. Like when you have to carry a
Mm,
conversation and you're just talking and you're making good points or you're bringing up good topics, and they say yeah or cool, like they just make 1 2 word answers, like it's just
not really
frustrating.
interested, bro.
They're either not interested or they're just really dry and bored as a human. And either one is just you don't want that, man. You really
uh,
because there's some
yeah, I
people
mean,
that
if you
can
feel like
be interested, but still be very dry and like whack and boring and not really
really,
reciprocal because they don't know how to act, you know, and they just get
mm,
nervous and maybe they'll like because I've had instances where like a girl will say they're interested in it, they they'll reach out or like, well, why haven't you talked to me anymore, whatever. It's like you're just not like you got to learn how to talk, you know. If you don't want to talk, it's like I don't want to talk to the wall. So
mm,
that's another thing too. It's also like how they talk. They're chatty or interested, you know.
interesting. I never thought about that to be honest. And since I mentioned Omegle, bro, I saw your oh my god, I saw your fucking thing, your Omegle stuff, right? It's so much fun, bro. Like so many weird people, bro. What's like the craziest thing that happened this year, like so far in 2025 on Omegle, bro? From what you can
Omegle,
remember, or like
Omegle.
Ome, or what it's called right now.
The weirdest thing, I mean, I think it's I don't know, man. I think it is a little ironic though that I keep running into girls or guys that dress up as girls or whatever, and then like
Oh my
pretend,
god.
and I catch them, and I know off the bat, and then they're like talking to guy boys. How do you know that? And I'm like, oh my god, dude! Like these people actually try to fish for these guys. And you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I talked to one guy who recognized me on there, and he was telling me how one of the girls he saw that was like a trans in my one of my videos. He was actually like trying to talk to her. He thought he was a girl for like a month, and then she said to him like, "Hey, I'm a guy," and then he was like,
Oh shit.
"What the fuck?" You know, that's like crazy, bro. I don't know. I guess
Bro,
that's
imagine if like you're actually in Thailand, you bring a girl home and you find out it's something different, you know? Like,
I'm running.
bro, what would you do in that situation, bro? Like if
I'm
you
running.
actually find
I'm running, dude. I'm running. I know it's for some stupid reason. I feel like it's controversial, but I feel like if you are someone who's transgendered, I feel like you should at least notify the person you're talking to that
Yeah,
you.
absolutely, bro.
I think that's respectable. You know, I've talked to a lot of trans
Mm,
people that they agree, but then there's some that are like, yeah, but you know, why does that matter? You should know. You should see me as a woman. It's like
mm,
that's not the point. You're not getting the point. It's not your decision to make whether you should get with this person without them knowing what you are or what you were.
yeah,
You know, like, come on, man. You know, whatever. It is what it is.
yeah. And
You
bro,
just gotta.
like a lot of guys, I feel like in the past like 10 years, like a lot of guys have gone so like have gone such weird like stuff that they like. Like the last podcast that I did was with Aaron Clay, and he's an OFM manager, and had one guy that paid a girl $2,500 to shit in a zip bag and send it to him. And I'm
Or
like,
I don't know
dude,
who people are, but that is. I wouldn't want to be even near those people. Like who like.
yeah, yeah, and also, bro, imagine like he said, like a lot of those guys were doctors and lawyers, and I'm like, imagine your doctor who's doing your brain surgery does that shit, man.
Yeah, that's wild,
Yeah.
man. That's some weird shit. I'll never understand people who are like that. I don't.
But
I don't.
do you think that the internet is kind of had a lot to do with this type of stuff?
I mean, yeah. I think the internet has a play in why
Because
people are fucking getting more insane. You know, because
I
like
can't imagine a dude in the 50s asking a girl to shit on him or some shit like that. You know?
I think I think it kind of like justifies their insanity more because they see more insane shit
Mm,
sometimes. So they're like, oh, then I guess what I'm saying or
yeah.
what I think is not abnormal. They double down on that shit and they say, all right, let me fucking be as crazy as this person I saw. Or, you know,
Oh my god, bro.
very strange. These people, man.
Holy
Very
shit, bro.
strange. I
Hey,
don't
by
know.
the way, why do girls say that they like dad bods? Like nowadays, it's not anymore so much, but back in 2022, it was like every girl almost said that they were like a dad bod. Nowadays, it doesn't really seem like it. Girls like just own it. But why do you think that was a whole trend? Like girls said they like dad bods back then.
They don't really like dad bods, and a lot of them, when they say dad bods in
Mm.
their eyes and perspective, their dad bod is Jason Momoa. What they really like is a fit bod, but they don't want a guy fitter than them because they feel insecure where they have to keep up to the same level of the guy they're talking to or
Mm,
interested in physically.
yeah.
That they don't really like dad bods. A lot of girls lie, bro. That's why when I do interviews with girls, sometimes I feel like, what the fuck, man? Why do I even do these still? Because I'm asking a question that I know they're gonna lie on more than 9 times out of 10. And you know what's the worst
Mm.
part? They don't even know they're lying. They just say shit that sounds politically correct or better, but they know it's not true. They don't prefer a dad bod.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, bro. Would you prefer a girl who's 400 pounds or a girl who's fit?
Fuck no, bro. Fuck
Well,
no.
it's a common fucking answer. It's a common question that
Yeah,
has a
dude.
normal answer that most people would say.
And bro, girls like okay, you kind of can't really be mad at a girl for lying because they will lie all the time. Like they lie about a lot of stuff. Like bro, like their body counts. When has a girl told you her actual real body count the last time it happened, bro? Because
You know what?
I
You need to have the power to fucking figure out what their body count is without asking them because
how
there's certain just mannerisms that they make and the way they talk or how comfortable
Mm,
they are doing certain things or saying certain things or talking to certain people. Like once you start understanding that and you start having
mm,
experience like with that and seeing girls for who they are, you start saying, okay, like a girl who was I guess more innocent or has less experience, they wouldn't be so confident chit chatting with these three guys or going to the club
mm,
with doing this and that. You start picking up on these things. Okay, this girl,
yeah.
I don't know. You can't know exactly how many bodies they have, but you know that they're not as innocent as they make them sound. Because, bro, some of
Yeah,
these
yeah,
girls I talk to, oh, what are you gonna do this weekend? And they're like, I'm not really doing anything. I'm chilling at home. They're just lying. They
mm.
say like it makes them sound good, but they go out to the club. They go fucking party. They go to the festival, and it's like, bro, come on, man. That's what they're really
Shit, dude.
doing.
Yo, what was like your worst date ever?
My worst date ever. Um, I don't know, man. I never really had a worst date, to be honest. I'm not out here like dating left and
Mm,
right, but all the girls I decide to take out on a date, like I really get to know them first.
mm.
Um, and then I make it known that it's very obvious that we're both interested in each other and that we both want to go on a date. And so we set it up and
Oh.
we chill. So it's because I don't grab a random girl off the street. Hey, I want to take you on a date. Like I
Mm,
talk to them, text them, maybe see them, whatever. Like, and then I go on a date with them because like, bro, that
mm.
way you know if they're really interested in you or not. And then you'll never
Yeah.
fucking get just for a meal with that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and the thing is, bro, I one time tried taking a biggest red flag girl, like a girl with green hair and a nose piercing, right? What do you call that? Septum or whatever. Anyways, and
Yes.
she was 21, right? And I was like, this girl's an obvious red flag, but I'm just gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and give her a chance, right? I took her, and obviously, she started, saying obviously she hates her dad, for example, and stuff like that. Like the obvious stuff. But towards the end of the date, I wanted to to pay for it, and while she was at the toilet, and she got mad at me for paying, and I'm like, oh, so these chicks are very masculine. Like she actually got very angry at me
Well,
for
what
paying,
did she
like
want? She
genuine.
wanted
Like
to
the
pay.
rest of
What did she get mad at? That you paid for her, or that you paid for both of you? Like, what she wanted to pay for both
I,
of you,
I
or
pay I paid for both of us, yeah, and she got mad at it because she says that you think I can't pay for myself, like etc. She was like, men and women are equal, etc. And I don't know, man. She didn't speak to me for like ever again after that. She got
what did
out
she?
genuinely, like
You
she
dodged a
didn't just
fucking
pretend.
bullet, bro. Dodged a
Yeah,
bullet.
bro. So I learned my lesson, bro. Don't give if a girl is an obvious red flag, bro. Don't try, bro. I
And
tried,
never
bro. I
argue with a
tried
girl.
taking
That's
one
another
for the
thing
team.
too. That's another thing. Never
Huh?
argue with a girl, because a lot of times they like to
Ah,
start.
no, yeah, I agree with that.
A lot of times they like
Yeah,
to start stupid arguments, bro. And it's like
I
you
actually
just
made one. I
hmm?
actually made one video on my main channel called "Treat Women Like Children," and that got me in a little bit of trouble.
Treat women like children. That's funny as fuck.
That got me in a little bit of trouble, let's say, but that was I don't regret it. It's still up, man. What did you want
Yeah,
to say? I cut you
no,
off.
I was gonna say that whenever a girl wants to argue with me, I always either dismiss the anger, tone, and I'm always a very
Mm,
communicative person. I always like to communicate and come to a reasonable, rational,
yeah.
solution. A lot of girls don't. That's another thing they say about toxic
Mm,
girls, not healthy girls. Because I've had girls I've been with that they say they want communication, but then as soon as you communicate and try to come to some
yeah.
reasonable common ground, they just keep fucking arguing. And the truth is, the reason why they say communication, their idea of communication is not you two talking to each other and okay, yeah, I agree, I do this bad or I do that bad or yeah, maybe we could have boundaries set for each other doing this. No, what their definition of fucking communication is you allow me to do everything I
Mm,
want, whether it's disrespectful or not, or I'm gonna fucking go to the club with my girls. I'm gonna fucking
mm,
dress with short shorts showing my fucking ass, like. And you have a
mm,
problem with that, then you're fucking insecure. You're
mm.
this, you're that. They call you insecure,
Yeah.
jealous, gay, fucking, all this bullshit, but they never call you a liar. That's all I gotta say.
Mm.
That they always say that shit.
Yeah. Man, have ever any of your videos ever got you in trouble? Like, let's say you interviewed a girl and then let's say she was like genuinely mad at you, or like, stuff like that.
Genuinely mad at me for interviewing her. What do you mean?
or like posting it and like them not liking the video coming out, etc.
I've had girls. You know what's? I have had some girls say like, "What the fuck?" Like, take this shit down. But it's like they were okay with the video, but what they weren't okay with was it going viral. And it's like you have to understand.
Oh.
You want the video, you're okay with the video, and you were cool with the video, you liked the video, but then when it went viral, and
Mm,
maybe if there was some comments that you didn't like, because people are insecure. I mean, they do the same
yeah.
shit with me. You hate it now, and you're like, oh fuck you, like delete it. Like, come on, man, like,
Mm.
come on, bro. That's what I got. But besides that,
um,
not really.
mm. When did you first start going to the gym?
Uh, 12. I'm 23, so in a year from now,
12, bro.
I'm like,
Holy shit! No wonder you're fucking jacked, dude. If you started training at 12, dude.
yeah, I started working out in my basement in Connecticut at the time, and I just started doing push-ups and sit-ups,
Mm.
and I remember I fucking would blast iHeartRadio because that was the shit back then. iHeartRadio, fucking on I had a speaker on this treadmill I had, and I would just blast all the trending songs at the time. It was like Calvin Harris, like When I Met You in the Summer, all that bullshit. I was doing sit-ups,
Mm.
fucking lifting weights. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fucking getting. But
Yeah.
you know what's crazy, dude? Is this when I was 12? What is this? 2013, something like that. 2000, I don't know, something like that. Dude, I was
14, yeah.
making
14, yeah.
2000, yeah, 2014. I was like one of the only people at my age working out. I mean, unless you were like the Arnold or
Mm.
whatever, there was not many people working out at that age because TikTok didn't come out at the time. Fitness was not
Yeah.
as nearly as popular as it is now. So people saw my physique and they're like, "What the fuck? You're a kid. Why are you looking for this?"
Mm.
Now it's like, "Oh yeah, now
Yeah.
these people are fucking taking trend and shit at 14."
Ah, man. Do you ever think about taking Tron?
I thought about taking steroids before, and I was very tempted at
Mm.
the time. I would like look at myself, I'm like, I'm not big enough, man. I have the abs, I have the body, whatever. But then I was like, I don't want to lose my hair. I like my fucking hair. My hair is
Mm.
nice and stuff, but I'm actually taking. I don't know if you know what finasteride is.
I heard about it, but I'm not sure what it is. Sounds familiar.
Well, about 4 months ago, I started noticing my hair was like thinning on this side. Ironically, it's like this whole
Mm.
fucking shit is thick now. But finasteride is a hair loss medication, and I mean, there's a whole scientific. I could go into that shit, but like small story to make it short here, like it pretty much is just halts my hair loss. So I'm chilling now,
Mm.
but if I would take steroids, I would just kind of like amplify that shit, and it's kind of like a double edged sword. I love my hair more than I would love bigger muscles. I'm just
Mm.
gonna keep it down naturally. Not worth it for me.
Mm. What do you think like tempts people more to take steroids? They're not as big as they want to be, or that no, hold on, I said it wrong. That they're small, or that they're big and they want to achieve their potential. What do you think motivates them more? That they're not satisfied with their physique, or they want more? I don't know how to
I
put it.
mean, everyone has different motivations. Like mine would be
Mm.
get more views on YouTube. If I look bigger and shit, people are like, oh, this guy's whatever. But the average motivation for somebody working out would probably be because they don't see results fast enough because they're impatient as shit.
Mm.
They see their favorite fitness influencer that's obviously lying to them about being fucking natural that they want to look like, and they're like, all right, I need to fucking take this, and I'll
Mm.
definitely look like. It. And 9 times out of 10, they look
Yeah.
fucking not even half of the influencer's physique on steroids because they're impatient. They don't give it time. This is a game. Working out and like bodybuilding, for example, is a game of time. It takes years. So they're
Yeah.
just impatient, bro. They're not knowledgeable enough on what they're doing, and they're just impatient. It
Yeah.
ends up
Like
biting.
I was always the fat kid in school, and it took me 2 years to see my six pack, like finally, like properly, you know, to lose like 45 pounds. I mean, I was doing powerlifting for a while, so I was heavier, like 195, but um, like it takes time, dude. Like I'm on my third year, and yeah, I'm not as jacked as I want to be, but I do realize that I'm making progress. And as long as you're eating beef, eggs, you're eating good food. I think that food is very important, and I want to ask you this: how it should actually should give you like in percentages. Is it like 50% training, 50% diet? Is it like 60/40? Is it like 70/30? Like how much is food and how much is diet?
Like what matters more is what you're saying.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The thing is, I know people say, "Oh, it's a mostly diet, and abs are made in the kitchen," or like, "Oh, that
Mm,
working out is most important," like or whatever. I think there's no that's one more than the other. I think that you have to do all three. You have to sleep good, have
mm,
good sleep, good diet, good training. Because with one being bad, the other two fall. If I have a
mm,
night where I'm sleeping like fucking shit, I'm training like shit 9 times out of 10.
mm,
Or if I'm eating bad, like I'm not going to be able to have as much of a good output in the gym. I'm not going to be able to exert as much strength and energy and
yeah.
have a good workout, hit PRs or
And
whatever.
people say that you can get jacked on Oreos. I think that as a natty, nah. As a natural, nah. Like maybe Sam Sula can get away with it. The natural, normal, average guy with the average genetics, most probably not.
It also depends on your goal, man. If you want to be fucking shredded, then that's definitely not something that you
Mm,
have the table that's open enough for you to take in. You can't fucking be, you know, eating cheat meals every day and shit like that.
mm,
If you just want to have a normal, healthy body fat, a good build, and honestly, the most important thing is in taking at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight.
yeah.
And as well as eating good, get some fruits and some veggies in your diet and shit like that, and all that stuff. But you can also delve into a little bit of treats, at the end of the night or whatever. But it depends on your goals. If you're fucking trying
Mm.
to compete on stage, like obviously that's not really ideal. But if you're just
Yeah.
trying to live a normal lifestyle and have a good physique, not be so shredded, lean, but not so shredded,
Mm.
then you can get away with a little bit more. It's all goal
Yeah.
dependent.
Yeah, man, and that does a lot. Like, bro, like for example, like the gram of protein per pound of body weight. If people think that's hard, bro. Like, it's not really that hard, to be honest.
That shit's so
Like,
easy,
okay,
man.
I'm gonna yeah, like I'm gonna give you an example. Like, okay, now it's kind of unfair. I have an unfair advantage because I'm on a carnivore diet because I'm cutting right now. Bro, like I eat like about 800 grams to 1.5 kilos of beef a day, which is bro, like that's well over 200 something grams of protein, maybe even more. I don't know how much protein that is because I don't count it because I know it's a lot. Like, bro, a kilo of beef every single day is like a lot, right? But it's all obviously just a month just for cutting. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the carnivore versus vegan diet if you had to choose one of these?
The carnivore versus vegan diet.
Like
I
eating
don't know.
fucking 2 pounds of beef a day or eating plants, bro?
Well, assuming that the person that is consuming any of these diets have a healthy lifestyle, they do their cardio and they work out and train whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can you can eat shit in both diets. It depends what you're eating. Like you could be a
Mm.
vegan but fucking be eating shitty vegan food. Fucking fake meat vegan
Ah,
products, processed bullshit, and fucking like all these sugary
yeah.
vegan treats. Like, but if you eat a good vegan diet, be good. But I mean, I don't know. It depends. I've never tried both to be honest with you, but I've seen and heard
Mm.
that like the vegan diet is good. It's just as good, and it has no effect on muscle growth or how quick you can build muscle versus
Mm.
like meat. But it would take a little bit longer to build a muscle. I don't know. I mean, it just depends, bro.
Mm.
But I think you can both diets are just good enough to
Mm.
build your physique
I
depending on.
disagree, man. Like I feel like in meat and eggs, there's so much like stuff that is so useful, bro. Like I did even like the primal diet, which is basically just meat, like chicken or beef, eggs and nuts, I believe, and that's it. Like just eggs, nuts, and beef. And I did that for like half a year, right? And it would allow me to bulk because cashew nuts probably have tons of calories.
Yeah.
But now when I'm cutting and I'm doing just pure carnivore and just beef, not even chicken or pork, and it's tough, bro. Like I'm like on the second week, I'm getting tired of like fucking beef mains, 400 grams a bowl of fucking beef with no rice, with nothing else, just meat. But bro, it's working, bro, and it's like my strength has gone up, even though I'm gone down. Like I've lost like 8 pounds in the past 2 weeks, which is crazy. Like it's like it's usually when you're cutting, your strength goes down, but my strength is like kind of like the same, which is surprising. But what do you think about a carnivore diet? I'm doing it for the first time.
Well, I'm assuming you're eating a lot of red meat too.
Only red meat, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that naturally you're gonna intake more creatine, right? There's just creatine and
Yeah.
red meat. So maybe I mean that would have a little bit of a play and a factor. There's I don't know, I mean you're getting your healthy fats in, you're getting high amounts of protein. I think I mean, yeah, I don't blame it. I don't see why you're not gaining strength. I think if you get
Mm,
lean enough, then you'll start seeing like, okay, my strength is plateauing and then a little bit like it's plummeting a little bit.
mm,
But I mean, yeah, for a while on that process of still like losing the weight, you should still be seeing
mm,
progress. Because I remember I cut a little bit. I cut like 10 pounds for spring break last month because I wanted to look a little bit better because I was gonna be shirtless a lot and fucking too stupid show. I'm like lifting up girls and
mm.
squatting and that crazy shit. And I was still gaining strength surprisingly, bro. And I was like, fuck, dude, I feel like I'm on steroids. Like I look better, I'm
Mm,
leaner, and I'm getting stronger. Like what is going on?
yeah.
But yeah, it just depends what body fat you are. You know, if you're
Mm,
15% and you're trying just to get to like 12, then you're still gonna be gaining strength. Now, if you're like 12 cutting to
mm,
8, then you're gonna be like noticing, okay, maybe I'm not getting as strong now. I'm losing
mm.
strength. No, it's also
You know,
genetics plays a role, bro. Because some people genetically could
mm,
obtain a leaner physique than others and still be energetic and all that shit. So that's also another play
mm.
genetic.
What do you think? What's like the main or the most common reason why people get stagnant in the gym? Like a lot of times, like their physique is just not improving for like months on end. They don't see any change, like even a little bit, even in weights. Why do people get stagnant? What is the most common reason for it?
I think it's how they train, bro. Because I know a friend, for
Mm,
example, he tells me, "Oh, dude, I think I plateaued, man." Like, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm bigger than you, and you." I worked out with him the last time when you told me that I was working out with him. I was doing chest, and I'm seeing how he's working out, and he's fucking just gassing himself out on warm ups. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're exerting this
mm,
unnecessary energy and force that you could be exerting into heavier weights that you could end up like progressing in. You know, like I'm not like I don't know. I could do 225 on the bench press, for example, for like 8 reps or 10 reps, something like that.
mm,
But if I before I hit 225 or before I hit 250 or 260 or whatever, and I'm doing fucking, let's say I'm doing 135, I'm just doing like a
mm.
45 plate, and I'm just fucking doing like 30 reps. Like, bro, I'm gonna get tired, and I'm not gonna be able to do 8 reps or maybe try to get 11 or 12. I'm probably gonna get like fucking 5 because I'm tired. I already have this huge ass pump,
Mm,
this lactic acid's built up so much in my chest. So it's also how you train. You have to train smart and precise. You know, you have to really like kind of plan how you train and say, okay, I'm gonna do
mm,
1, 2 reps of a warm up with this, then elevate the weight a little bit, and then warm up this, warm up that weight, and then once you get big enough into the weight, you're like, okay, I could do
mm,
confidently at least 6 to 8 reps. Then that's your like working set. You know what I'm saying? That's a set where it counts, and you really gotta try to like
mm.
get more reps than you did the last time you did that muscle group or last
Yeah.
whatever. So I
I
think it's
also
also how you
feel like. Nah, go ahead.
no, I'm saying it's also how you train, and if you're doing a fuck ton of cardio,
Mm.
that's gonna slow your recovery down too. So I don't know. It depends, man. There's a lot of
I
factors.
also feel like
And shit, or drinking too much.
tracking tracking and diet is very important in my opinion because bro, that's like the main thing for me. Like after I was done powerlifting for 2 years, for the first 2 years, bro, like I was cutting and then I didn't even count how many calories I was eating, etc. And I was like wondering why the fuck am I not losing weight, dude? Right? And as soon as I started like actually counting it and actually tracking what how much I'm eating of what, that's when I started seeing progress a lot. So it's like I feel like after like yeah, the newbie gains, bro, you can eat whatever the fuck you want technically. But after like the first or 2 years, like you kind of have to like put a little bit more effort into it, right? Know what you're eating at least.
Yeah.
But some of you guys like ask a friend like how many grams of like protein you're eating per day. I don't know, maybe like 100. Okay, carbs. I don't know, probably 300. I'm like, the fuck, dude? How many calories? I don't know. I don't know, right? And I'm like, how the fuck are you looking to bulk if you don't know how much you're eating, right? Maybe
Yeah.
that's the reason why you're not gaining weight.
Well, no, I mean, if you're trying to bulk or cut, you have to track your calories. There's no way around it.
Mm,
I'm not like, for example, I'm not trying to. I don't track my calories because I'm not trying to bulk or cut right now. I'm just trying to
Mm,
maintain my body fat and just progress in size from there. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm probably like 14, 15% body fat right now. So really
Mm,
healthy body fat where my body functions really well at that range. And I'm just trying to build muscle, have my protein intake high.
mm,
And the studies actually show that you only need really, it's either zero point 0.6 or zero point 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight to actually like build size. But
mm,
obviously 1 gram is I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either. You could go with that too. That doesn't
mm,
have an issue there. But
yeah.
yeah, bro, I think people overthink it, and I think people start like fucking making excuses because they're not patient enough. They're not
Mm,
waiting to see the results. And you got to also understand the longer you work out and the more progress you've made, the longer it's gonna take for you to make more progress. Like
yeah.
it's slower.
Yeah. Like the
I'm
newbie gains are not gonna last forever.
Yeah, bro. Like me, I get excited when I gain a 2 pounds, a pound and a half of muscle a year now. I think I
Mm,
get excited for that. I think I probably gained like last year, for example, like a pound and a half of muscle. To be
mm,
realistically honest, and it gets distributed all over your body equally for the most part, and so you don't really know. I mean, you notice like a little bit. Oh, my shoulders are like popping a
mm,
little bit more. My biceps are a little bit more big. But like that's just how it is.
yeah.
So you got to be patient, bro, because then that 1 pound and a half or 2 pounds a year, 5 years from now, that's a lot of fucking muscle, bro. What I'm saying? By the time
Mm,
I'm 27, I'm gonna look a lot better than I am now. So you got to be patient.
mm. It's so crazy to think that you're 23, dude.
How old would you say I am, honestly, if you didn't know I was 23?
Bro, like 32.
32? What the fuck? Why, dude? I don't understand why people say that.
I don't know, man. Actually, I don't know what. Maybe like those really thick, dark eyebrows make you look a little older.
Yeah, when
Um,
I do my eyebrows, like people
mm,
call me gay and shit. I don't really give a fuck. I get them threaded because like it
nah,
takes for them to grow back and shit. But like when I
yeah.
get them threaded, I look younger. I'm not gonna lie though. I feel
Like
like the
I don't know,
hair.
like yeah, I get that. It's just like a lot of old guys have bushy eyebrows, and that's like maybe what the darker or like the bushier the eyebrows they people like associate that with age. I don't know why. I think that maybe and that's like the main thing I can point out. But bro, like take pride in that. Like that's absolutely okay, dude. Like girls like older guys, anyways, bro.
You know what, dude? But honestly, I've always gone, and now that I look back, like I remember when I started making like interviewing content, for example, because I started making content at like 16. But when I was like 18 or 19, I started doing interviews. And I would interview these girls outside the clubs. I'm not even fucking old enough to get in these clubs, nor do I fucking want to be. I don't give a shit. I don't go to clubs. But I would be interviewing these girls, and they would think I'm like 23. They would think how old I am now. And now that I'm 23, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're 30. You're 30, motherfucker." I mean, most people they think I'm like my age, 21, 20 to
Mm.
25. But then there's that monopoly every now and then. Some fucking person, like, "You're 40, man. You're fucking 40." I'm like, "Oh my god." It's like a meme on the internet now, dude.
That is actually a cool thing to be honest. But when did you start making content?
I was 16 and I started because of an ex that I dated in high school. She wanted to make YouTube videos. And so I didn't want to do it. I was very anti social media, but then she fucking pushed me enough times to say, fuck it. We did it for 3 months. She didn't want to do it anymore. I kept doing it because I fell in love with it. And then we broke up after like 6 months after I kept doing it. And I was like, oh, fuck, man. All right, well, I'm heartbroken, but for some reason, making YouTube videos is like healing my wound. It's like distracting me good too. So
Mm.
I'm gonna keep going at it. I'm gonna keep, and then I started fucking making connections and shit, and seeing funny edits that I could make or like funny montages. I'm like, damn, this is really fun. I'm gonna keep doing it. And then I was
Mm.
able to make money on it. I was like, oh shit, okay, this is even better. Now I can really keep doing it. So the whole fucking thing fell apart together.
Yeah. That's thanks to an ex. Interesting story, man.
Yeah, it's not a story that not a story that I was proud of though. Like, I would wish to say I started because I wanted to start, but
Mm.
no, a fucking girlfriend wanted to make YouTube videos for some reason,
Mm.
and I just fell along with it. And then yeah,
Why do you think it got so big? Like, when did you start blowing up?
it's funny too because people always say, "Oh, you blew up out of nowhere," but it takes years, bro. I've been doing it for years. I mean,
Mm.
I'd say I started blowing up a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, actually, 2 years ago,
Mm.
2 years. starting now. It happened out of nowhere too. It literally happened out of nowhere, bro. It was actually an
Mm,
unusual thing that like doesn't happen on average. I feel like for people who make content, I was for years and years, very very underrated, very under. I mean, bro, I was doing some
mm,
fucking good ass videos and I was getting no views, and then
mm,
my YouTube videos, full form and short form, that's the important key here, were both blowing up. I was getting on my analytics 1 million plus views every 48 hours for probably a month or 2 months
mm.
straight. It's fucking crazy.
Wow,
And then my
Jesus.
Instagram, for example, I went from 4,000 subscribers to 50 in like 2 months, and then my Instagram from like 10,000 followers to 100,000 in a month. And then it like fuck yeah, and then the YouTube kept going. It just kept going, and now it's like a healthy
Mm,
incline. But yeah,
absolutely, dude. Bro. But your content is amazing, to be honest, bro. Like when I saw that video, of you picking up Bonnie Blue, but how heavy was she?
dude, she was. I swear to God, I'm not even. I know I said it, and I don't want people to think I just said it for the video. Dude, she was actually light as fuck, bro. She was like the lightest girl I've ever curled. It felt like 20 pounds, bro. I was like, what the? I even said to her
uh,
while I was calling, like, you're really light. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is
yeah.
crazy.
Dude,
Yeah,
if
man.
you check the comments, bro, everybody said she wanted you to hit, bro. The way she was.
Yeah, and when I posted on Instagram, because that's what really blew up, I got like, I mean,
Yeah.
bro, fucking 500,000 views, 250,000 on other clips. Like, they're like, you're disgusting
Mm.
or get tested. I'm like, bro, I just fucking curled her, bro. You're acting like I kissed her or this shit with her. Like, I just curled her.
Oh man,
But it was
bro.
funny because I was like, hey, can I curl you? And she was like, yeah, sure. I was like, all right. She let me go in her booth, and I just fucking a bunch of like simps like trying to get a kiss from her on the outside. I'm just going like this to her. It was just funny as shit.
Ah.
It was funny. It was funny.
Oh man, bro, would you hit?
Nah, fuck no, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I think I had a solid chance, bro. She started like grabbing my muscles and shit, saying, "Oh, is this how you
Oh
want to be
yeah,
kissed?"
bro. Like no, like from an outside perspective, it was obvious she was open to it, bro.
Which is not something to be proud of because it's not like a shocker either. You know what I'm saying? She took 1,000 guys, so I don't
I
think
mean,
that this.
yeah,
But like,
yeah,
I know for a fact I could have if I tried, but like I said from the beginning of this podcast, bro, I'm not the type to like sleep
yeah,
around, bro, or go on crazy like a bunch of fucking dates. I'm very reserved and I'm very
yeah.
selective. So that would not fucking happen, bro. Not even if you paid me. I'm sorry.
Bro, like now that I'm thinking, it's all started with Lily Phillips 100. Now this girl 1,000. Bro, what do you think? Like these porn stars will try to go to go viral like in fucking 2 years from now? Like
It's only gonna get crazier, but it's really sad to see because truthfully, I could see in the future
that's
these girls getting
that's
depressed.
that's someone's daughter, by the way.
Yeah, but I could also
Dude.
see, I could see them getting depressed, bro. I could see them living a life where they can't find somebody, and even when they do find somebody, he's not all there in the fucking head because I mean, the fact that you're a guy and you're accepting a girl that fucking slept with thousands of people, it's like you're not all there in the
Dude.
head, and then they're like, oh, I can't, I don't like this guy, but then it's like he's the only one who will deal with this, and then
Oh my
eventually
god.
they fucking say, oh, and then they start fighting about that shit, and then they
Mm.
break up, divorce. I mean, look at Mia Khalifa. She got fucking married and divorced like
Yeah,
3 times, bro.
dude. She was blaming her manager, bro. He
I
made me
think
do it.
I think the only people that I like in terms of that industry, if you're the only way you're gonna find somebody is maybe just being with somebody within that industry that also fucking sleeps with 1,000 people. Because otherwise, dude, like no one's
Mm.
gonna. I don't think anyone. I haven't seen a relationship personally that it's lasted long and it's healthy longer than 3 years. I don't know.
Bro,
I haven't seen it.
have you seen the clip of that guy at Bunny Blue's party or like whatever that house waiting in line and his mom came there?
I did see that. That was fucking wild, dude.
My god, bro.
Oh
My
my,
bro, she's gonna tell that to her whole family now, bro. That guy.
that's fucking wild, dude. Like I don't know who in the right mind would do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. She is fucking beautiful. But I'm not gonna lie, when I saw her
Mm,
in person and I looked at her eyes, I felt a sense of soulnesses, like a deep
mm,
look. Like she looked like she didn't have a soul. Like it sucked to see. She looked very just soulless. She looked empty.
mm. Dude,
Sad,
imagine
man.
you're that guy in number 950 and you're waiting there in line, bro. And like, how long were those guys waiting there for? Hours upon end, bro. For the 2 minutes or however long they got each. I believe 2 minutes each.
I want to know the
Like,
conversations that these fucking guys were having in the lines. That's what I
oh
want to know.
boy.
Ready, man? I'm fucking ready, dude. You want to join me? Let's tap in together. Let's do this WWE.
Oh, bro.
I'm fucking
Oh,
out. That's
oh my
wild.
god, bro.
Fucking wild out here, dude. People,
Holy shit,
it's sick. It's really sick,
dude.
dude.
Yeah. Let's get into some rapid fire questions before we wrap up.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
What's the What's your favorite video that you ever made? One memorable one, maybe.
It's always the ones that don't get the most views. You know, it shows my creativity.
Ah,
Um, I'd say
well, now
where
it will.
huh?
Now it will. Now you'll
Oh
mention
yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. No, I mean, eventually will, of course. If that doesn't, one will. But I'd say where I'm doing stupid little challenges, and I have these like amazing edits with the music, and I'm like every beat and bass
Mm,
drop, it switch to a cut scene, like where I'm just like heavily editing. I have
mm,
a lot of videos like that. So I mean, I can't really nitpick one specifically, but I don't know, man. I mean, each one has a special little thing about them, whether it's like, because I've been doing like hair
mm,
content now, for example. So that, trying to help people with their hair, get the better hair, what I'm saying? That will help people and entertain them and inform them. Fucking me doing shit where I'm like curling and squatting girls. That's some fun little bullshit that's funny,
mm,
makes everyone laugh, even the people in the video. Um, Shit like that, just stuff like that. Simple, you know what it is? You know what, actually? I'm gonna this year. I haven't done it yet, so I can't really say because it hasn't happened yet. But like this year, I'm gonna be traveling a lot, and when I've done it before, where I traveled to places
mm,
and film, but this time I'm gonna go to a lot more places for a lot longer. It's so fun
mm,
because it's like the journey, the meeting the people there, and getting the input and like their side of like how they act and how they would be in a video. Like it's so much fun, and I can make cool edits because like I'm in a different place, different environment and seeing
mm,
different parts of the world. I think that's my favorite part about it, to be honest. And I got to do it
mm,
more. Ever since I went to like I said in Europe a little bit, and I've done some content there just briefly, and it was
mm.
fucking amazing. I had a blast, bro.
Bro, I would personally, and this is gonna be biased because I am from that country, but I'd recommend you Romania, bro. Bucharest, bro. It's a
You're from
cool place.
Romania?
Yeah, I'm from Romania. I live in Czech Republic right now, which is next to Germany, but I'm from Romania. I'm going there every year, bro. It's like even the girls there, bro. They're fucking amazing. I'd recommend you to try Romania.
Honestly, I don't want to say too much, but I have a little surprise about Romania. But do you think it would be
Mm,
good for content? I've asked people that live
mm.
there, and they say,
Definitely, bro. Like even Speed when he did that IRL stream in Romania, bro. That was one of his most viral IRL streams,
"You
bro.
went to
Like,
Romania?
yeah, he went to Romania. Yeah,
I didn't even know that. Damn. Yeah, like
yeah.
basically what Speed's doing, I'm going to do that. I would love to do that shit. Travel all over and fucking film it. Like I'm gonna do that shit. That's fun.
Mm,
It's really, really fun, dude.
yeah.
It is really fun.
Dude, like if you go to Romania, bro, try to speak to the fucking gypsies, bro. That's
Maybe.
obviously a joke. That's not a very good idea, obviously.
Nah, yeah. But nah, dude, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's gonna be a joint run
Yeah.
for sure. I'm gonna have a good fucking time. You
You know
know.
what? You should try the squat Lizzo. I'd be curious if you could. How much
Squat
does she weigh?
Lizzo? Dude, I
Yeah,
squatted girls who are built just like her. I think I could do it. I really do.
really?
Yeah, I've squatted
Fucking hell.
three normal sized girls at once that would probably equate to a Lizzo. And I've had like one on the shoulders,
Oh,
one on the back. I've done that. I'm pretty strong in the legs, not gonna lie. So I would do shit like that, and it
how much
gets
can you squat?
um. I don't know. Like I'm not a power lifter, so I never like go like one rep max kind of deal. I like to stay in the
Mm,
6 to 8 rep range before I like bump up the weight.
mm,
The most I've done was 315, and this is without a belt or knee wraps or anything. I don't
mm,
use any of that shit.
mm.
I've done 315 ass
Sure.
to grass for only like 4 or 5 reps. And then for some fucking reason, I guess my CNS, my central nervous system, kind of like just fucking crash because then I was able to do it for like 2 months and then I fucking went back to like 295. I don't know.
Mm.
Sometimes you overtrain or push hard and your body's like fuck.
Mm.
So I don't know. That's the most I could do. I mean, I never. But you know what,
Mm.
dude? I feel like lifting the girls psychologically, like I'm reality lifting more because like the weight
Ah.
distributed. Plus, they're a little bit heavier than 315. It's like it's just because they're girls and it's hyped up and shit. And that fucking caveman
Mm.
strength comes in. I think that's what I
Yeah.
do.
Ah.
But I don't know to be honest.
What do your haters say the most?
What do my haters say the most?
Yeah.
Dude, they say so much, bro. I mean, I can't keep track to be honest with you, and I think that's good. They say I don't know, man. I got a big fucking nose, big ears. I'm ugly. I'm
Mm.
short. This. I'm small. I'm fucking. I don't know shit. All types of shit. But you know what? I never cared because I remember this was a key moment in my like social media career. I guess you could say. I remember on YouTube there was a point. This was before I blew up though, but it obviously mentally it was like fuck. I was getting like a couple hundred views of video on YouTube, but then I was like getting like no views,
Mm.
dude. Like I was getting no views, but like when I was getting that couple hundred views, if I was lucky, 1,000 views a video, I would get some hate comments here and there, and I always fucking got mad. Like, fuck, why are they calling me small? Why are they saying this? And trying to prove to these people. And I wish, like, God, I wish these comments were never here. I never delete comments, but I just like wish, like, oh, they weren't here. Fuck, why do people have to say this?
Mm.
And I remember wishing that, and then a little later on in life, like maybe a couple months in, I was getting like no views. I was barely getting 100 views a video. I was like, what the
Mm.
fuck's going on? And I was getting like no comments. Then I was like, fuck, I really wish I could get those hate comments right now to get some engagement.
Ah, yeah.
Now I get so much of more positivity, obviously, but I get a lot of fucking hate too. But I love it because it's like it's helping me. So I want it. I accept it all, and I love that shit. Like I don't think twice about it. Keep going. Keep talking.
Mm.
I'll join you. Sometimes I make fun of myself when they say like, I did a
Mm.
reaction on my Instagram. Somebody said, "Bro, save up for a rhinoplasty. Your nose is horrendous." And then I was like, "Bro, you guys gotta come up with better fucking material. That ain't shit." And then I green
Mm.
screened the movie
Which movie?
Scream.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, you guys could have fucking came up with better shit. Look at me, bro. I mean, you could have said I have the fucking my nostrils look like the Scream mask, and I lifted up my head like this, and
I just noticed that.
yeah, I'm
What
saying
the fuck?
fucking better at roasting myself than these motherfuckers, and this is supposed to
Oh
be the
my
job
god.
that they're not even getting paid for. Like, come on, man, do better. And then it's like I'm doing
Oh,
it now. But yeah, it does look like the Scream
bro.
mask. I'm not gonna lie, it's funny.
Bro, that was hilarious. I never even noticed. What the fuck,
It's funny
dude?
though. It's funny. But yeah,
Uh, what's the best advice you've been given?
the best advice I have been given, I think, besides believing in God, I think that's the most important advice because
Mm.
without Him,
Hell yeah.
you can lose yourself. Even if you're doing really good in life, I think you can
Yeah.
get in your head and like get lost. But I think another piece of advice would be I've been told that regardless of regardless of where you are in your path of what you're trying to achieve, whether it's a good body or like for example me like trying to make good YouTube videos and get a lot of views, whatever, like wherever you are, whether it's a bad situation, a good situation, you're always going to have good days and bad days because without bad days there's no good days and vice
Mm.
versa. Like that's the whole effect of it. There's equal and opposite force. So you have to understand that you're going to go through both of those things. So know that it's a natural like wave of life and rhythm, and that you have to push through regardless of because it's easy, bro. Like for example, it's easy if for me to be motivated and to make content when I'm getting a lot of views or I'm making a lot of money this month or whatever. But it's
Mm.
not as easy when it's the opposite and I'm like actually fucking feeling like I'm dying or whatever and I'm fucking trying to make something creative to blow up. You have to keep that same energy with regardless of what the outcome is in life in that moment. You got to keep pushing
Mm.
and don't stop. Do not stop. Burnout doesn't exist. Keep going. Don't stop.
Mm.
And you're gonna be fine. You keep doing that shit, honestly. But yeah,
100%.
I've been told.
What's the worst advice someone has given you?
Um, to stop doing what I'm doing, and it's not gonna work.
Ah, yeah.
That I've been told that so much, bro.
Oh.
I've been told that by friends, teachers, family members, a girlfriend at one point. They would laugh at me, make fun of me.
Mm.
This is what you want to do? How are you gonna make money? How are you gonna be taken serious? You don't have a job. Like, I've been
Yeah.
I've been told that, but you know what's funny, dude? 90% of those people are also the same people that when I started blowing up and I actually started, and it's not to be egotistical or whatever. I'm just saying, like, when I started like making more
Mm,
money and doing better than those people, those were the same people who ended up reaching out again, saying like, "I always
yeah,
believe in you. You see, you're doing good. I'm proud of you." This and
yeah,
it's embarrassing a little bit for me because I feel like, well, not for me, but like I'm a little bit embarrassed for them saying that to me because I feel like, how could you say that with me thinking that I don't remember what you said before? Like I
mm,
always take these
yeah,
mental notes of who in my life, whether it's a nobody or
yeah,
somebody, a person that I really like or whatever, love, whatever, saying these things to me. It's like I know what you said before. That'll never. You could
mm,
own up to it, have some integrity. I'm gonna be honest. I was dumb. I was wrong
mm.
about you, and I'm proud. Say something like that. Not fucking try to back it up
Oh
with
yeah, bro,
that.
you would respect someone so much more if they said I was wrong about you.
Exactly, bro. But you know what? I'm old enough in my life, at least, and I think I caught it on a little bit earlier than most people will. Thankfully, that a lot of people who give advice or advise people to, oh, maybe you
Mm.
should try this path in life or try this or don't do that. Unless you're fucking trying to be a crackhead, doing meth and shit, selling drugs on the street. Obviously, that advice, take it for literal. Yeah, don't do that shit. But if you're just trying something in life and somebody or a bunch of people are telling you you shouldn't do this, it's like, bro, who are these people? Wait, hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Absolutely,
Sorry, I heard my dog coming, barking right now
that's
and shit.
okay, bro.
Anyways, yeah, like who are these people? Holy shit, this man's barking like crazy. Sorry. Yeah, so like who are these people? Like, and I realize a lot of them are in a position in life that I would never want to be in. So why would I take advice from
Mm,
them? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say with that.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Not really. I've been asked that before, but
Ah, interesting.
not really.
Is failure a bad thing?
Yeah, it's the best thing. I love it. I love it more than success because it's like the journey. It's a part of the journey, being successful and going through the trials and tribulations to becoming better and to achieving the thing you're
Mm,
trying to achieve. I think it's very important. And you know what's fucked is that it's messed up because the school system almost teaches you that failure is bad when it's not. It's
mm,
really, really good, and they punish you for failing.
yeah.
So it's counterintuitive,
Mm,
really, what you would want to look at in
ah,
life.
yeah. I feel like Tony Ferguson has this one quote. He said that pain is his favorite feeling because it's real. Because people can fake anything else but pain. Like you can fake being happy, you can fake being sad, you can fake crying. That's the one thing that you can't fake, bro. Like that's like a quote in the tough days, bro. I definitely, like heartbreaks, etc. Like it's not a feeling you can fake. Okay, like each time I've gone through it, it's real. That's the one thing that I like about it. But you obviously, when you're going through it, you're not thinking about that, bro. You just, when you're going through a some rough period, bro, you're not thinking about anything positive at that moment. And
Yeah, bro. I mean, I, I don't know. The world's crazy, man. Everyone has their own perspective on things, but it's true. You can't fake it. You really can't.
mm. And like you said, like without the bad, bad days, there wouldn't be good ones. Like without the bad, you wouldn't be able to appreciate like good ones. What when the majority of rich people do when they get rich? They talk about the broke days and compare it to, bro. I used to not be able to have like a lot of food in my fridge, and now I'm on a Nobu, right, or whatever. They compare it to the old days.
Because those memories make their current memories better because they know where they came from. So yeah, I think
Mm,
unless you're a fucking trust fund,
yeah.
which is not really a good life. I mean, I know a lot of people wish
Mm.
they won the lottery or were gifted all this money, but like, dude,
Dude.
you trust me, when you earn it, it's a billion times better.
Mm.
A
And
billion.
bro, did you see that? I don't know if you saw that one clip, but a guy that was born in a rich family, right? He turned 16, and his first car, his dad bought him a Beamer M4 competition, and he was mad because he didn't get a Ferrari 812 Superfast, which is like 800 grand or 700 grand, and he got only a Beamer for like 100K, right? And he was like pissed off about it. He was genuinely like Oh my god, bro.
I never saw that, but
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's my point. It's like
like bro,
that's their biggest
the
struggle.
yeah the M4 competition is someone's dream car, and this dude was giving it to on a 16th birthday. It was his first car. Like that's not a good idea in my opinion.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro, it
unfortunately,
was an absolute
that's
pleasure having
close.
you on, man. What's next for you?
What's next for me? I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna fucking keep grinding the way I'm doing, but this time it's gonna be better content, different content, because it's not in fucking Florida or
Mm,
in the United States. Maybe some places in the United States, but
mm,
not like as much of Florida. And I'm
mm,
just gonna keep pushing, man. You know, just keep pushing the fucking YouTube channel and just keep going. That's pretty much it.
mm. Where can people find you going?
YouTube, Crew Aesthetics, Instagram, Kevin Diaz Official, TikTok. You can either put Kevin Diaz or Crew Aesthetics. I'm on Facebook too. You can put fucking Crew Aesthetics. Like I'm everywhere, man. You know, Crew Aesthetics, Kevin Diaz. You'll find me. So yeah,
Absolutely. Guys, this was a pleasure. Thanks for watching till the end, and I'll catch you on the next one.
dog is going
this was
crazy.
this was amazing, bro.
Yeah, man, my dog's going crazy.